evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special episode of The Stream, live from Rainwater Studios. We're back. It's been a minute since we were in the studio, so I'm so excited to be here again. And tonight, we have a very special show for you. We are going to meet the finalists of the Songwriter Showdown at the Brown County Playhouse. The audiences have spoken, and tonight's 4 contestants were voted all the way up to go on to the finals on November 2nd. At the Playhouse. So the winner on November 2nd will get a robust prize package that includes a $1,500 recording package, 500 pressed CDs designed by Brent Marketing, professional photography from Tom Preston, a Facebook marketing campaign by EEI Dave Watson, an opening spot for a future touring act at the Brown County Playhouse, and our opening spot for Amplify Nashville. If you're not familiar, Amplify Nashville is a charity concert that's going into its 2nd year here in 2024. And this year we will feature Bigfoot Yancey, the Indigos, the Hammer and the Hatchet, and the Dino Band, as well as the winner of the Songwriter Showdown. That will take place at the Brown County Music Center on December 7th. And you will learn a lot more about Amplify. Tonight we have some of our committee members here. They're going to chat with you a little bit after our contestant showcase. But first, we want to take a closer look at how the Songwriter Showdown came to be. The Showdown has been a great collaborative effort. Rainwater Studios and Amplify Nashville helped produce and organize the Showdown, but it would not have existed without the mastermind behind it all, Mr. Bob McCutcheon from the Brown County Playhouse. He is here with us tonight with Keenan. They're going to tell you a little bit more about how this all came to be and how we put the showdown together. So I'm going to throw it over to Keenan now.
Thank you, Mandy. Welcome, friends, to Rainwater Studios. Tonight is Meet the Finalists, but before we do, it is my pleasure to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Bob McCutcheon.
Thanks, Keenan. Nice to be here.
Great. It's great to have you here. Thanks for showing up.
Anytime.
Right on. So, as Mandy said, this is a great collaborative effort, but you're the mastermind behind the Showdown. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the Showdown, I want to tell the folks at home a little bit about you. Bob was introduced to me over a year ago before he became the programming director for the Brown County Playhouse, and he has worked in the industry for over 50 years. He's been places and done things that most of us only dream about in the show business industry. He's worked with names like Poison and worked at great venues, the Nickel Plate Concert Series up in Fishers for one. He and his wife Carolyn ran a theater in Indianapolis. Was it the Glitz?
It's called the Ritz.
The Ritz.
Ritz Music Hall.
Ritz Music Hall for about 5 years up there.
Yep.
Launched bands like the Y Store and
Y Store, Transmatic, Sweet FA, Zoo Gods. They were all national record deals that came out of their formative years at the Ritz Music Hall. And we had everybody at the Ritz. We had the biggest mosh pit in the state of Indiana. So we had Megadeth, Slayer, Overkill. But then we also had people like George Benson, Arlo Guthrie, the Black Crowes. The first time they played Indy, they played our place. We had a little bit of everything.
So that's amazing. It goes without saying, if they're playing at your venue, then you're meeting all these people. You're doing deals with them. You're providing hospitality. You're getting to know all these people. So I'd love to spend some time just hearing more about the stories of the folks that you've met. But we need to hear more about the Brown County Playhouse. How did you come to be at the Brown County Playhouse with us, Bob?
Well, the short of it all is one of the people you're going to meet later this evening, Bob Bloss, was a key cog in the wheel. I had been introduced to Brown County. I had been down here occasionally, but never really spent any time, by Rich Hardesty, which will be 3 years ago in February. And there was a project coming online down here that he thought I would be interested in because I had left the Fishers Amphitheater, and I was looking, COVID happened, and I was trying to find a way to reinvent myself one more time because I didn't want to quit yet. And so anyway, I was working with Rich, and Rich had a friend named Corey Flick who was working on the project with him, and that project kind of went south, and so Corey was calling me. He said, "Bob, I'm really sorry, this project kind of went south." And he said, "But would you consider working with a playhouse?" I said, "Well, do they pay money?" Yeah. I said, "Okay." It's fine with me. All I want is a place to start. And because I love building things. I've been building things in the music business for the last 35, 40 years. In fact, when I met John Mellencamp, the first night I worked with John, we did a free show for the kids in Fort Wayne, Indiana that had done the sandbagging for the flood that was up in Fort Wayne, and Sunshine Promotions, which is now Live Nation, loaned me to the city to do the production for John, to do this free show for all the kids to say thank you. And that night, John and I sat in a dressing room, drank Red Pop, ate bologna sandwiches, and American Fool wasn't out yet. And he told me about this new record he just got finished with, and it was going to make him, and, you know, been there, done that. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to be there when John's stars started to rise. They were the opening act on our Heart Dates with Sunshine. We did like 14 shows with them. The night that John had two #1 singles, a #1 and a #10 single, and a #1 album in Evansville, which is still a record that stands today, we were together. So anyway, bottom line was Corey said, well, you need to talk to this guy named Bob Bloss. So I called Bob, found out he was from Dayton, Ohio. That's where I'm from. All of a sudden, we talked about the old neighborhood a little bit, and I told him what I did, what I want to do. And he said, well, you need to talk to Chuck Wills. I said, okay. So he gave me Chuck Wills' number. I called Chuck Wills, talked to him. Then Chuck Wills said, well, you need to talk to Patty Frensmeyer. She's the president. So I call her, and I talk to her, and she goes, you need to come down and talk to the board. So went down. And this was probably like late June, July, I think, is when I met you, Keenan.
Sounds right.
That would be 3 years right now. You know, we're starting our third year together because we didn't start the shows until the following January. Anyway, at that point, I do the interview with everybody. I tell them what my ideas are and things like that, my experience. And then they said, cool. And I said, well, could I see what the Playhouse looks like? I'd never seen it, never been there. And I had just seen that little door. You know, when you're driving up Van Buren, you see a little door, and man, I'd probably have 50, 60 seats, maybe 100 if I was lucky. I walk in, and I go, holy crap. I said, the laboratory I've wanted, because I love building music. And the object of Songwriter Showdown, which was coined by the Amplify people. I just called it the Songwriters Battle of the Bands. But that was coined by Bob and Keenan and
It's actually Mandy's handiwork on that one.
Well, you know, speaking of Mandy, I got to tell you that this thing would not have come to where we've been now without her, because everybody, I'm an idea person, I'm a dreamer, so's Keenan, so's Bloss, but you got to have somebody that keeps the rubber on the road to get you to where you want to go. And that was Mandy Rainwater. And I just want to say thank you to her. Besides, she's a great MC, much better than I am. So anyway, the object of doing Songwriter Showdown was a lot of people call me up all the time. I want to play the Playhouse. I want to play the Playhouse. Well, the first question I say, how many people are you worth? Well, I don't know. I can play BCI. Well, that holds 80 people. You know, 80 people won't pay my electric bill. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So then it was like, so many of these people have been calling me. I was like, what am I going to do with all that? Everybody deserves a chance to play on the Playhouse stage. So last December, I pitched to the board. I said, I got this idea. I said, I'd like to do this songwriter thing where we do like a little battle of the bands, and we give them a prize package where they can make a recording. We'll press some CDs for them. We give them a starter package, because we're going to make 500 CDs for this person. They sell those CDs at $5 or at $10 a pop. I just put $5,000 in their pocket. That gives them $5,000 to put into their next project. Well, someone like Jenny DeVoe, who has a very great reputation around here, she's been doing that for many, many, many years, and she sells thousands and thousands and thousands of CDs. She takes the money and puts it in the next project. So the object of this is to put 24 people. We sold out in 1 minute. It took 1 minute for us to find our 24 contestants plus 6 alternates, and I think we used 4 of those alternates.
Yeah, that's correct.
We used 4 of the 6 because we didn't want to not have a full boat each night. So anyway, we did this, and these 24 people all got to play on stage. And now These 24 are now down to 4. And they are exactly what I wanted to see. They're 4 guys. Well, it could have been a girl too, but it just ended up being 4 guys that are songwriters, they're singers, they're troubadours. And I'm hoping that whichever one of the 4 wins, and I do not have any favorites. I have been extremely impartial. I don't even hang around because I don't want someone to say, well, it was fixed. No, it's not fixed. You got to vote for 2. You can't fix it when you vote for 2. You can fix it when you vote for 1, but you can't fix it when you vote for 2. So anyway, that's the object of Songwriter Showdown.
Do you even cast a vote at these shows?
No.
Right.
I didn't pay $10.
It's all audience audience participation. You pay $10.
You got to pay $10 for a vote.
That's right.
If you pay $10, then we'll give you a piece of paper and you can vote for 2 people.
And to be totally accurate, it's $9.70, right, for our friends at B97 that have helped us.
And not just our friends at B97 and WHCC, but I also want to give a shout out to the Indiana Donors Network, who was nice enough to buy all of our advertising on both of those radio stations. They've run 8 weeks of advertising for us on those 2 radio stations. It was a nice, sizable investment, and they did that just because they wanted to give back something to the music community.
Okay, they did that because they wanted to give something back to the community, but also because of Bob McCutcheon. We've been learning a lot from Bob at the Playhouse. He's our, like I said, he's our programming director, and he's been building our show program. We've been having a better attendance. People are coming in that have never seen the Playhouse before, and that thrills us. And a lot of it's due to Bob's know-how in the music industry and his ability to talk to the radio stations and put on great advertising and work with a team of people. So thank you, Bob, for doing that.
It's a team effort, and I'm just one of the pieces of the team.
Right on. Well, we're really happy to be learning from you and working with you here at the Playhouse and for the Songwriter Showdown and with this Amplify committee putting on the show at the Brown County Music Center. So appreciate you being in here with us.
Thanks for the invitation, and I really enjoyed it. And again, I want to say thank you to the people at Amplify. There was no way I could have done this by myself, and I appreciate them making it a great team effort.
Right on. Thank you so much. Now, we'd like to start introducing you to some of the finalists. Thank you for being in, Bob. Appreciate you, and we'll look forward to seeing more of you down at the Brown County Playhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, our first finalist of the evening, you may have seen him on the stage at the Brown County Playhouse. He was one of our finalists in the stage program, along with another fellow we'll introduce you to later. He's the ever entertaining, often comical, but sometimes serious, probably a cousin of Chris Wolf. I don't know. The great Mr. Rick LeDune.
Thank you, Kenan. I appreciate that. Thank you to Mandy and Amplify Nashville for this tremendous opportunity. Thank you, Bob, for coming in and kind of like straightening some of the curves for us so we understand what's going on here. So the song that I'd like to start off with tonight, normally I do play some comical stuff, but the little backstory behind this song is that I had a buddy of mine that asked me if I would mind writing with his daughter. Now, I knew this girl growing up since she was knee-high to a grasshopper, but I said, sure, I would like to write with her. And this is one of the things that I really love about songwriting is because it brings people together that normally just wouldn't travel in the same circles. And like, for example, I have some very conservative viewpoints, and she's got some very liberal viewpoints. I'm this old, ugly dude, and she's this young, hot girl. And it's just, I'm a little bit country and she's a little bit whatever, and the heck that genre is that she writes, so I don't know. But, we shouldn't even been in the same room together, yet here we were trying to put together this piece of art. As a matter of fact, the only thing that we had in common is we both like girls, and I don't really think that qualified at that point. But anyway, we wrote this song together, and it's something I'm pretty proud of. Her name is Erin Wilson. If you get to hear anything from her, definitely go listen to it. So. hit all the stars tonight, and the silence says all there is to say. But I can't unimagine future we plan so easily forget the past. I can't understand unpretending that our never ending is ever gonna be. It's like asking me to unbelieve. These fleeting moments, you wanna reach out and hold. It's gonna take some time to let it all go. Roll down the windows, face the rain, to hide the tears and drown the pain. Embrace the hurt, leave you, but it don't. I can't imagine the future we planned so easily forget the past. I can't understand unpretending that our never ending was ever gonna be. It's like asking me to unbelieve. Act like you don't care, forget all the dreams we share. Ooh, that's just something I can't do. No, I can't unimagine the future we planned so easily forget the past. I can't understand pretending that our never ending was ever gonna be. It's like asking me to unbelieve.
All right, Rick. Come join me at this little table, will you? Here's your talking stick, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, you're, like I mentioned before, no stranger to Rainwater Studios. Welcome back.
Good to be here.
Right
Good to
on.
be here.
That's a nice tune. You say that's new?
We've actually had that out for a while, but because of the type of songs that I generally play, I rarely have the opportunity to showcase that side.
Right. Yeah, that's why I mentioned you might be a cousin of Chris Wolf. But he does folk songs, serious songs, and butt songs. I
Yes,
guess.
yeah.
But seriously, folk. Right?
But seriously, folks, yes. There you go, Chris. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug for Chris, right? But normally, I guess your normal fodder is very humorous. You came in here and played us a song about Chris Wolf that blew me away. Your imagination's incredible, and how you put that song together.
Oh, thank you. I actually wrote that on the way to the show No, I didn't. But I saw Chris. I was going to do this showcase with him, and I had an opportunity to maybe throw something together or utilize some of the words of some of his songs, and then you and Mandy chimed in during it, and it was. I never thought I would ever see Chris Wolf speechless, but man, that was just the icing on the cake.
That's a highlight of my time in the studio, is watching Chris Wolf and you looking deep into his eyes and singing that song to him. Is worth the
Never
reruns.
heard of him. Never heard of him.
We'll have to post that up here, maybe in the comments, so you can hear this amazing song. Thank you for doing that. You've got a lot of original material. Do you have any of it recorded on albums?
I have a couple of CDs that I did. I did like 100 years ago, back in 1980.
They're still hand carving the CDs.
Yeah,
back then?
but I did have an album with a band called Laker, like back in the 80s. I was really, really young I was 3. And but then later on, I did several recordings with appeared on CDs other people. And then I thought, I'm gonna give this songwriting thing a go, and I recorded one that was called Bootleg Work Tapes. So it was basically me just doing my own thing, and so there's another one that I'm kind of working on and have been for a while. I like to co-write, and kind of like my niche is to get with these young upstarts artists and write with them, because they're about ready to go in the studio, and I want them to have something fresh, something that they're invested in personally writing, and that they can put on their CD. And a lot of them have done that. Unfortunately for me, they all moved to Nashville and Tennessee, and it makes it difficult to continue our working relationship and everything together. But it's I'm working on a CD that's called God, I Love My Job. Because it seems like I don't do this on purpose, but these young, beautiful girls that are trying to be artists, and I write with them, and so it'll be just a picture of my ugly mug, like right on the cover, and then all these pretty girls all around. And of course, I love my job. Even a bad day of writing is so much better than a good day at work.
Yeah, well, that leads right into my next question. It sounds like you have. You might have something in mind if you win this recording package. $1,500 goes towards, you can do whatever you want with it, but...
I'm going to Disneyland.
Are you going to Disneyland?
No, we had some discussion outside a while ago, and I'm not going to spoil it, but me and the other guys were talking about something that sounds very collaborative.
Y'all going to split it, whoever wins, just like a lottery ticket, right?
Well, I'm not going to say that, but there is some discussions, and we'll talk about that more later on.
Very cool.
And I think that everybody that is here really deserves to be here. I'm coming up against some songwriting beasts. These guys are amazing, and I feel like just honored to be here. And I think something really special is going to happen out of this whole situation. So
that's great. Man, you're just so good at this. I was going to ask you if you had any parting words for the folks at home, and you want to tell them to come out to the Playhouse. But
yes.
What you said was so good.
No,
I hated to.
No, I'd really love to give some parting words here.
Yeah.
Where's the camera I'm looking at?
Right over here.
Right over here. Vote for me. My name is Rick LeDune, and I approve this message. No, come out to the historic Brown County Playhouse November 2nd. I can't guarantee anything, but an awesome show. It's going to be great, and I can't wait.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rick. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Well, next, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing you to just one of my favorite guys in the world. Blue-collar fella from around Hope, Indiana, says that it'd be great to make more music, but if his life just stays the same, he's happy being a dad and working and hunting deer. And we've been happy to have him here in the studio a couple times. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Moulder.
Kittens in the kitchen, dinner on the stove, hugs from both my kids when I walk through the door. Look into my wife's eyes, and I can feel the love that it took from both of us to turn this house into a home. It gets hard watching it fade away when you realize that you can't rewind still frame. There's lines on your face babies don't sound the same, and the one you love is still right by your side. Man, that's a good life. Sitting at the table, something we always want, wondering how we're gonna be in two places at once. Between ball games and date nights, knowing when you're wrong and they're right, not going to bed mad at each other. Man, it gets hard watching it fade away when you realize that you can't rewind still frames. There's lines on your face. The babies don't sound the same, and the one you love is still right by your side. Man, that's a good life. Man, that's a good life. Bills come in and money goes out. Your knees get weak and you hit the ground. It gets hard watching it fade away when you realize that you can't rewind still frames. There's lines on your face. The babies don't sound the same, and the one you love is still right by your side. Man, that's a good life.
Well played, Mr. Moulder. Come join me and take up the wand here. Thank you, sir. So, you've been down here a few times, and we even recorded an album together here.
Yes, we did, and it's still out there on all the streaming sites.
Nice. Thank you for growing with us here. It's very encouraging having you bring your talent in here. I actually had a friend of yours from work. It was why you ended up coming in here. A coworker called me and said, "Hey, you need to get this guy Michael Moulder in that studio of yours down there."
It's funny you say that because it was just, I think it was last week or maybe even earlier this week. We're outside the coffee machine they have at work, and I was like, man, just thinking about it, how, and I kind of told these guys a little bit, I was like, I just write songs. I like writing songs, and usually I guess I would say I'm a little bit selfish because I've always wrote them for myself until I sung them for other people, and then other people liked them, and so knowing that it made other people feel a certain kind of way, I was like, man, I better keep doing this. And again, everything just was always started with saying yes. And my buddy Kevin at work, he sent it to you, and then you asked me. I was like, yes. And then now I'm here.
Right?
So.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm glad you did. He sent me a recording I think you did down at Corn Country of Josephine that you wrote about your daughter. And usually it doesn't take long listening to recording somebody. It really doesn't matter the recording quality so much as what's being put into the microphone, and I could hear the songwriting, and it was a pleasure to ask you into the studio. I'm glad you're here. What's been your favorite part of the showdown?
I'd say probably what's that word? Networking.
The people?
Yeah, for sure. The first show, there were some people that I've heard about and I never met, and then I finally met them. I was like, you know what, you're pretty cool. You're not, anything else. You're just cool, man. And I think a couple, people asking me to play here and there kind of led out of it. So I think networking was probably the coolest part I've liked so far. I mean, yeah, and all the people coming out, and it was wild too, seeing how many people show up at some of these things. I'm like, man, a lot more people than I'd think too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you made some waves over there in your hometown.
Yeah, I got a lot of family.
Right on. It's good to have family. So what are you going to do if you win the contest and you get that $1,500? You going to make us another album or what?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. I've since the last time, I think it was it COVID or pre-COVID or right at it. Right, it was something weird when we did that one.
There's a time warp in there. It's hard to remember if it was before or after.
It is. Yeah, we forgot some stuff there. But no, I think I've written a few songs now that I'm like, I'd like to do something with it, and I do believe I'm gonna have to meet people along the way, but I'd like to have a band probably, or however that works.
Well, your first album was just you and a guitar, right?
Yeah, so I think some of my songs are maybe even, if it's even possible to like re-record a couple, maybe with a live band.
Right, different
band.
production, for
Yeah,
sure.
something like that. I don't know any of this stuff.
Well, a lot of times when you play it by yourself, you consider it kind of a demo so that other people can get familiar with the song, and then you come back and do it with the band. So I think you're on the right track. I'd love to have that. So do you have any parting words for the folks at home?
I just want to say thank you to everybody that's came and supported all of us musicians, and I hope everybody continues to come out and do the same here at the last hoorah, and wish everybody luck. And I appreciate you guys all for putting this on, and thank you to all the Bobs and the Mandys and the Keenans. So,
Right on. And thank you to Michael Moulder. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Moulder. Yeah. Well, next up, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, my buddy down the road in the lakes, Mr. Stephen Hickman.
This guy.
Steve's no stranger to Rainwater Studios either. He was in the same Take the Stage competition with Rick LeDune, and they had to duke it out on stage over there at the Playhouse.
Good times, good times.
Very good. Well, would you mind playing us a song, brother?
Yeah, I'm going to play you a song tonight that actually has brought me probably the most online success I think I've had in 10 years of playing music. And this one's called I Want to Be That Man, and really for me it's about principle and priority, I think. But we all want to strive to be better folk, and that's what this song's about. 45 years old, think but now I know all this running around is gonna bring me down. I wanna try some new things, listen to the birds sing, see the rest of my life through a sober man's eyes. God help me see it's right in front of me. I wanna be that man she can't live without. I wanna be the one who erases all her doubts. I wanna be the dad any kid would want, teach them the simple things in life, like how to fish and how to hunt. Yeah, I wanna be that man. Oh, I wanna be that man. Lord, I've had my share of the devil's snares. Whiskey had me down for the game. I danced away with Mary, saying goodbye scares me, but I know it's time to let her fly. So God help me, right in front of me. I wanna be that man she can't live without. I wanna be the one who erases all her doubts. I wanna be the dad God, take what's left of me. Help me shape a legacy. Maybe this old boy can still do some good. See, it ain't been working out my way. It's crooked path down the interstate. I think it's time I take another road. So God help me see what's right in front of me. I wanna be that man she can't live without. I wanna be the one who erases all her doubts. I wanna be that any kid would want. Teach 'em the simple things in life, like how to fish and how to hunt. Yeah, I wanna be that man. God, I wanna be that man. I wanna be that man.
Magic sound device. All right, man. That was a beautiful tune.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that, Keenan.
Right on. You've brought a lot of beautiful songs in here, and one thing that's impressed me over the years, just how much more nuanced your guitar playing is than like what you come in here 5 years ago or 6 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, it was chicken scratching, not chicken picking, chicken scratching at that point. But you know, that's how I learned, buddy. It was more of I didn't really have a musical family, so when I got my first guitar, and we sure didn't have YouTube videos back then, not like we do today. Or at least you had to wait for dial-up to get there. I wasn't that patient. So anyhow, yeah, I mean, I learned just by picking at it. And really, it was the writing and singing. I think church all started me wanting to do that stuff. But, yeah, man, the guitar playing's always been something kind of a weakness for me that I've considered that way. And I've been working on it, you know, like songwriting and singing. You got to spend more time just doing some picking to get better. Thanks, Keenan.
Appreciate you. Now I'm going to pick on you. You got a big voice, but I want you to hold that microphone closer to your mouth. Right?
Closer to my mouth.
Listen to the difference,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Nothing
right.
sexier now.
That's right.
Very nice. So I remember the first time you
I'm
called
terrible
me.
at this.
Oh, you're doing great.
Yeah, all
you're
right.
great. You're great at talking. That's another thing about when you're on stage. It's an interactive experience with folks, and you do some storytelling, and I can tell you it's heartfelt.
Well, it is. It is. That's about all I got. It's good. Big old heart, buddy. You know that as well as I do.
That's what you told me the first time you called me on the phone. You wanted to do some recording or something, and you said, "Keenan, now I'm not very cool, but
Definitely not the cool guy in the group, but buddy, I'll put some heart into it.
yeah, you have. I really
Right.
appreciated all the times we've shared here together, man.
Me
You've
too,
got
buddy.
recorded material. I've heard everything from you, from stuff you recorded down in Nashville, Tennessee, to things you recorded over at Primary Sound in Bloomington. And,
Yeah.
these things are on the streaming platforms, I imagine.
Well, you know, I do have that elusive EP that's out there, and there's 6 songs on it, and I haven't released it to Spotify yet. And if I can drag it all back together, it's a matter of working backwards to find the actual audio files. But I plan on putting those on there, and they're really good. They were produced by Dave Fowler, and that was done over 10 years ago when I first got started. So I consider myself on those vocals even very green, but they're cool and worth putting out there. And then you got Moral Dilemma, and I did that with Jake and Derek Day, and it's on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff too. So there's 16 original tunes on that one.
Right on. Now, this might be a big ask, but you think you have enough original material for another album if you win this?
Oh, man. Well, I would hope so, but I don't think that it would quite cover the album I'm going to do. But it would be a nice start, right?
Oh, the money
There's
part of
other
it. But you got
things
plenty
in
of
mind,
songs.
actually, for this, and it'll come about later. But, yes, I would say that I'm not going to do another album till it's my dream album. And I think Muscle Shoals would probably be a good place to record that.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Inside jokes don't work very well in this format, so I was just saying that because Steve's one of the most prolific songwriters I've ever met. I think he's got
thanks,
a
buddy.
whole closet full of songs at home.
I've got a ton, that's for sure. Again, that all comes from my mama. I was blessed that I had a writer for a mother. So.
Right on. What's been your favorite part of this showdown?
Really is just the experience of being around everybody in this type of environment. I think it's fun. I think it's something different, not just for the artists, but for the community. You know, you see the popularity of AGT and The Voice and things like that, and this is a spin on it. But for us in an art-rich community, I think it's really a wonderful thing to be a part of, because it really has shown the colors that we have walking the streets of Brown County, and there's so many great towns. It could have been anyone, you know. All depends on how fast you click that button on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
On the morning of the entries, you know. So I think it could have gone any way, and there could be any combination of 4 people sitting here today.
I agree. Like Bob McCutcheon was saying, it took a whole minute to close the applications. There was over 60 people in the first minute after 8 a.m. to apply for this thing.
And that just goes to show you that not just the people that are showing out, but the artists really wanted to be a part of this. So I think it's big. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger every year.
Right. I have to say, Mandy and I were really tickled. We were sitting there watching the applications come in, and it's all a very hands-off process. We just abided by Bob McCutcheon's script of how the whole thing was supposed to go, and we put the thing in place and we let it fly, and it was really cool to be able to see familiar names on there, and I'm glad that you're a part of it.
Just blinking in. Yeah, I mean, I was up at probably 3:30. I already had 7 cups of coffee, and my finger had
twitching.
Yeah, I had to unsend emails at least 12 times before it was 8. But then I was sure of it. As soon as I hit it up, I was like, another pot of coffee, and let's get rolling.
God bless you. You got any parting words for the folks at home?
I just would tell the folks at home this one simple thing. One simple thing. We're talking $9.70. I'm going to give this the best Bill Murray that I can give it. You're going to miss out big. You're going to miss out really big if you don't spend $9.70. And even if you're coming from Columbus, Franklin, Edinburgh, Indianapolis, or all the way over there somewhere on the other end of town, Brownsburg in the west, do it. It's going to be a great evening. There are tons and tons of reasons I could give you to show up, but I'll give you 4 right now. There's 4 individuals here that came and dumped their entire hearts into being where they're standing right now. And the whole finale of that is on November 2nd, starting at 7 o'clock.
Doors at 6:30, show at 7:30.
7:30 showtime. Be there, be square. I'm telling you, Brown County history is being made, and it doesn't matter who won. We're doing something big for independent music right here, and I'm thankful to Amplify Nashville and everybody in Brown County that turned out and voted for me to get me here. I don't know a whole lot of people, so I feel like I've earned my way here, and I'm thankful for that. So, but thank you, Keenan. Thank you, Mandy. Rainwater Studio's always been a big part of my heart, and it always will be. So appreciate you.
Right on. You are always welcome, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Terrible at this microphone thing.
Oh, give it back. I love you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Stephen Hickman. And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to another Fred DePine. This is another fella that's been in here a few times with us. He even used to fall asleep at the soundboard for Russ Baum's morning show while he was helping me out. He's good at adjusting microphone stands, which he's doing right now in anticipation of playing you a song. He might have the best music video of an independent artist that I've met out there. He really put his heart and soul into one for his song Sidewalk Preacher. And he did a great job with it, but we'll talk to him more after he plays his song. Here is Mr. Taylor Hernly.
Good evening, y'all. It's great to be on here. It's great to be a part of this. I'll check out all the comments later, but it's just an honor to be around so many great writers and great people. This song is called Free From Me, and it's about mental diseases and stuff. Tonight my mental fight inside of my old vacant mind has whisked me well away from any form of holy light. My guess is that I'm crazy, 'cause no one hears me speak. My eyes hold demise, a man who prayed to God and lied. And if you think you know me, you don't even know me. You don't even know who I am. So hold your questions, then I reckon you can crucify me after the show. If you're right, then I'm wrong, and I'll torture myself till I ain't. If you're here, then I'm gone, and I won't be coming back. So save me your pity, it ain't what I need. I need to be free from me. So hold your fire, darling, let my light come back around. Charge my batteries, I'll try to love you one more round. But the voices in my head say that I ain't worth a damn. But the words I hear from you will help to clarify that I am. So let me die upon that hill. I'll serve my condition and retain my thrills. But when I'm around hill, I can't speak, 'cause I'm sure that everybody hates me. If you're right, then I'm wrong, and I'll torture myself till I ain't. If you're here, then I'm gone, and I won't be coming back. So save me your pity, it ain't what I need. I need to be free from me. If you're right, then I'm wrong, and I'll torture myself till I ain't. If you're here, then I'm gone, and I won't be coming back. So save me your pity, it ain't what I need. I need to be free from me. I need to be free from me. I need to be free from me.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. Thank you for that tune, man. Thank you for all the time you've spent over here. Owen, there's your talking stick. Thank you for finding that. You're on top of the game. What was that song called?
That song was called "Free from Me."
Free From Me.
Funny enough, the version that's on Spotify of that song right now was recorded in here.
Is that right?
Yeah, a little songwriter round we had with me, Russ Baum, and Alexis Solfridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, she did
a
some
minute
great
ago.
harmonies during that thing. I remember that
Yeah.
little session we did. And that must have been a good version. We
It's
got
my
lucky.
favorite. Yeah, we
Awesome.
got pretty lucky on that one.
Very good. Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure having you in here over the time. The Russ Baum Morning Show on the rise. You were down here for that quite a bit, and we've had you in here as a guest a number of times, and it's great to have you back. You've got recorded material. Your favorite place to record, from my understanding, is over there with Rich Merpergo,
Yep. Richard.
Midwest Recording. Was
Midwest Audio, I think.
Midwest Audio?
Yeah, we never talk about the name too much while we're there, so I always forget it. but
Right. He does great things. He's a great producer and
Very
engineer.
much.
And imagine if you win this contest, you might go over there and palaver with him some more.
Well, yeah.
Oh, did I step in it?
No, no, not at all. This next record, oh man. So I'm actually going in there tomorrow to talk more about this next record to get it into the end process. And a problem that I have been having is on the financial end of things and all that. But to best describe it, and there's some other things that I might want to do with that I don't want to talk about right now. I want to get it hashed out with some folks. But this record has the last 2 years of my life have just been a living nightmare. And it's also been covered in blessings as well. And this record is one of them, because usually when I go in and I've been recording for probably 10 years now, whether it's drums or me going in on my own songs and recording records that I wouldn't release to the public because it was just whatever. This is the first time I have ever captured me in a bottle, and just it's like I've captured this pain and all this stuff in these songs, and I've never had that before with music, and it's really just amazing to have that. And we have a lot more stuff we need to do, not, whatever, but it's in the finishing process, and just, it's been a huge blessing to be a part of it. We got some guys from the John Mellencamp band on it. We got John Boyer from the Hammer and the Hatchet, who's also going to be at Amplify. He's on it. We've got all different musicians from all over Appalachia. Obviously, Rich is producing it. My good friend Ty Hornback, who I play in a band with, he's pretty much done a lot of stuff on it too. And it's just, I'm super stoked about this record. So obviously there's some things up in the air that we might do and might not do with if the money is there. But I mean, it's just, that's probably what I would most lay my money on.
But I'm about to jump over there and beat you to get that fly off your head.
I know, it's like, this fly has been like, I don't smell that bad, do I?
I don't know why it is. Every time somebody's on camera, the fly wants the action shot.
Yeah, it wants me, I guess.
Jeez. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you capture in this. The mixture of blessing and tragedy is, I guess, that's the description of every great album that's ever been made.
I sure hope so. It's something, It's,
hopefully something great comes out of
it's my last-ditch effort before going back to college, I guess.
You quit your day job, go back to college. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite part of doing the Showdown thing? I know you get to hang out with these other cats that have been in here. Have you met any other cool people while you're down there?
Well, I've met so many cool people. I mean, I already knew Mike and Steve, but I got to meet Rick, and he's awesome. And everybody else that's been in the competition, it's been great going backstage and playing. And not to get too deep and too weird and too, weird, I guess. But when I started this competition, the first round, I was at probably one of the highest points in my life. And then the next round, I was at one of the lowest, being that one of my good friends passed away, who would have been in the audience to watch me do all this. And to say that this competition has meant the world to me is an understatement, because it's kept me going. I don't know if I would have been able to keep doing shows this year if it wasn't for this, because going up there and meeting all these great musicians and being reminded of why we do these things and why music is so important for just us, it's so much more than just playing on a cool stage and playing for a lot of people. It's just, music is just so much greater than all of us, and I am just so incredibly humbled to be a part of it and to meet the people that I have through all this.
Well said. Well said. Do you have any parting words for the folks at home?
Well, just be kind to your neighbors, be kind to your parents, be kind to your friends, and get up every day, make your bed, make the best out of every day. It ain't too bad because you're still breathing, and just be kind. Be so kind to people, because life is just, man, it's a wonderful roller coaster, and it'll give you everything you need. You just got to open yourself up enough to get that.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Hernly. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. When we're going to chat with the Amplify Nashville committee or a few members from it, and then we're going to invite these fellas to come back out and play us one more song. We've got them in here. We might as well capture another one, put it in the books.
Of course.
Yeah. So thank you. I'll take my talking stick back, sir. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Mandy, can you tell some folks about some of the wonderful things happening while I rearrange the stage out here?
Yeah. Thanks, Taylor, for making me all choked up right before I have to talk. There you have it. If you guys haven't met our finalists yet, we have gone through all 4 of them now. So hopefully you have gotten introduced to some new people, and you are just so excited to cast your vote, because truly you are going to be the ones who decide. You can only vote if you are there live in the audience. Less than $10 gets you your 2 votes, actually, but you have to vote for 2 different people, please. If you turn it in with one name, we throw it out, and it breaks my heart, so don't do that anymore. So November 2nd at the Brown County Playhouse. It's a Saturday. And our finals are going to be a little bit different than our previous shows because after all 4 of these contestants play their 3 songs, Riders in the Round, then we have a special live performance from Steve Singer and friends. And while they perform, the Amplify committee will go backstage and count the votes. And once we have counted and recounted and all of our numbers match and we know for sure what's going on, then Steve's performance will end. And hey, Steve. We will announce the winner live on Saturday, November 2nd. So come down, cast your vote, be there in the audience, and we will tell you live right there on the stage who your winner is. And now I have to multitask and get this camera set. So next, you guys get to hear from 3 very important members of our Amplify committee because we just want to give you all a little more information about what Amplify Nashville is about, because not all of this competition, certainly, but a big part of the prize package is that the winner will be opening for Amplify Nashville on December 7th. So now I'm going to throw it out to Keenan Rainwater, Bob Bloss, and Delana Hare.
Thank you, my dear. That was very nice of you to cover for us what we got out here. Did you tell them about Steve Plessinger?
I did.
Good job. We love Steve, and this is going to be an opportunity to hear Steve with my old friend Joe Bullinger on the banjo, Marina Stan on the fiddle, and Devin Brown on the upright bass. So this will be Steve like you've never gotten to hear him before. But enough about Mr. Plessinger, more about my good friends Bob Bloss and Delana Hare here. Bob is our president of the Amplify Nashville committee. Delana is on the committee with me, and she's also a great sponsor of the show. Bob, would you mind telling folks at home a little bit about what Amplify is?
Sure. Kind of started out with the Brown County Music Association and really what our mission is, and that is really to move forward music in Brown County. We have just a huge pool of talent here, and the idea was that we would put together this event, and I think Amplify was actually a brainchild really of you and Corey Flick. But the idea being music at all levels, youth moving up through, getting bands going and all that sort of thing, up to getting on the big stage here in Brown County, which would be the Brown County Music Center. We're so blessed to have that venue, and the idea that it can be a platform for burgeoning acts, and that was kind of a really special thought in a way in which we can give exposure, because it's a Live Nation venue. It's big, so that's kind of the long and short of it. I mean, there's a whole lot about it. It's very community focused. I could kind of go on and on, but it really is about, we keep the price of the event low so that everybody can come. We try and make sure that we get acts that are kind of moving up the ladder and give them that exposure. We also support Mother's Cupboard, which is a local, I don't know what you'd call it. It's a kitchen.
Food pantry?
Yeah, it's a kitchen, and they serve food, I think, every day of the year, several hundred meals a day. So it's a little bit of music is food for the soul. We also thought in terms of our neighbors here in Brown County, and there are those that go hungry or have need that way. So we thought it made a lot of sense to kind of support the music and as well as just our neighbors.
Yeah, I think you've said it well before. Feed the body and the soul all in one go.
That's it. Thank you, Keenan.
Oh, you said it. I just repeated it. It also benefits the BCMA. What about the?
So
do we know what's going on there?
Yeah, so BCMA is the Brown County Music Association. I happen to be the president of it. Unlikely as it may seem, because I'm not a musician. I love music,
right,
as Delana does, I know. I've got a lot of friends who are musicians, and I love being in and around the music, and this the talent is unbelievable for the size of the Nashville and our county. But the BCMA really, the Amplify Nashville is like an event that falls under it, but we have plans to, part of the money, like I said, goes to Mother's Cupboard, but the other part, we're kind of trying to come up with some programming to kind of align with our mission. And so we've been talking to Weed Patch, local music store, and they give lessons and that sort of thing, putting together maybe some group lessons for some kids that are passionate about music that may not have the wherewithal to be able to really pursue it. Boy, there's that fly.
That fly.
Again.
I'm gonna get him.
Get that fly. Starter instruments, that's part of the idea, and we're still kind of working out the kinks. Also, you and I have talked about potentially get him, Keenan.
I'm gonna get him. That's it.
We've talked about helping, again, up-and-coming artists, if they want to start getting bookings and that sort of thing, to have, maybe Rainwater Studios, putting on some workshops to help with, the PR kit, writing bios and recording, samples and getting photography and videos and learning about social media and all the things. So it's kind of like youth, and then sort of the next phase, and then maybe the pinnacle being, being at Amplify Nashville. One of last year's alums from Amplify is Cody Eichert and the Sidewinders, and they're down in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend. They're up for 13 awards, the Josie Awards, which is essentially it's an independent music kind of award thing. They're up for 13. They're on the rise. They're amazing. I know these guys. They're phenomenal in what they do, and that really is kind of the story. That's what we want to really try and promote.
Right on. Well, thank you. And we have some great sponsors that help us do that. Maybe Delana can tell us a few words about why Surf Pro sponsors Amplify Nashville.
Well, first of all, thank you. Is this on?
Oh, it's on.
Okay, good. It's my turn to be on stage. This is great. You don't want to hear me sing, though. I will say that. I can do one song, but we'll have to block everybody. But anyways, no. We first got involved, my husband and I, Adam, which he's in the audience, and my mother. Hello. We got involved when we first moved here about 10 years ago. Adam and I started a business called Surf Pro. We help people that have major disasters in their homes or their commercial properties that they own. And music was always a part of our lives early on when we first met. We met at a bar. Dave and Ray was playing. Cover band. But, ultimately we love music and the way music makes you feel, how it can separate you. Maybe you're having the worst day of your life, or maybe you're wanting to have the best day of your life. So when we came here, we realized what a great community Nashville was, and really the love of music. So, which brought me to meeting Keenan and his wife. And so we've done some things with them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to come to one of the events because a suitcase fell on my head, but we won't talk about that right now. But it's just a great opportunity to give back to the community as a whole. We're a very artist-driven community. And, while I might not be the best artist, but I can see how that makes people feel. And really, it's the community. We're a proud sponsor of the Playhouse. We have been for several years. This is our second year from being a platinum sponsor for Amplify Nashville. And it's really giving them an opportunity. And we are able to give back to that community in addition to that. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, for us. It's one of the things that we really love to do every weekend. We're out every weekend. We see kind of the same people. We see different types of genres of music. And that's the part that I love about living here, is the community. And what a better way to serve the community from what we do as a company, because we help people, but then we can help other people for their love of music or for the love of arts, and help them, give them an opportunity. Because at one point, someone gave Adam and I an opportunity. They gave us our first job or the start of our business, and we want to do something back for everybody. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, I would
Right
say.
on.
Yeah.
Well, I personally appreciate it. Your sponsorship last year helped put my man Corey Flick, Casey Simmons, and I on the stage to open the show.
Yeah.
So we got to play as Flick and Rainwater on the Brown County Music Center stage last year. It's been a pleasure working with a great committee of folks. A lot of the folks on the committee are musicians. Bob and Delana are kind of the odd folks out on that. We've got Sarah Menifee and Jeff Shue from King Bee and the Stingers. Corey Flick plays music with me and with Cody Ike and the Sidewinders. Jan Bell, she plays music, and she's out in New York right now at a folk fest that she helps put on. Who have I missed, Mandy? Lisa and Mandy. Mandy's
Mandy.
kind of she's in between. She plays the flute. She was a drum major. She plays guitar, hides and does it sometimes. But it's great working with a committee of folks, and as the musicians in the group, it was really a good idea for us to go out and try out this thing that we're doing so that we'd know what we're asking other musicians to do, and we'd know what rewards there are from it. For me, getting to get on the stage and play in that place was an amazing thing. It's the biggest stage that I've been on. It's got a great lighting system, a great crew of technicians to work with. The backstage situation there is amazing. It's built for national touring acts, so we get to experience what it would be like if we were doing it on the road and had already made it in the business. So that was great. But maybe even better than that is like what Delana was talking about. I go out and play at different local venues in little places, and each one of them I might see 10 or 20 of my friends or a few more. But when we played this Amplify Nashville show, I saw them all pretty much. I mean, there's a few that couldn't make it, but this is the kind of show that you want all your friends and family to attend. You want them all to be there to see you on this big stage and to get to play your music for them. So it was a really great thing, and I owe a lot of appreciation to Bob and Delana and all the sponsors and the committee for helping build this thing and make it happen. As far as the rest of those sponsors, I'd like to give Bob a minute to tell you about all of the great people that are helping make this happen. ServPro is our kind of our core sponsor, but to build around that, Bob has worked with a lot of great local businesses. Who all have we got on this roster here?
So I'm actually going to read from my phone because I don't want to miss anybody. These sponsors have given sacrificially to a cause that they all believe in, and we literally could not do it without them. You need seed money. We're very appreciative of the Brown County Music Center. And I should say, overall, everybody that works on Amplify Nashville is doing it pro bono. The acts, the folks that are kind of working it, the music center staffs, and we get the venue basically for free. And it is very much a community type of a thing, and I know we keep saying that, but that's the driver for me personally. Is I like to give to the community. You know, my contribution, I'll just say, is I am a designer, graphic designer. I do all the sort of branding and marketing work, which is a great outlet for me because I kind of get to do things I really, really like to do. But as far as, I'm just going to read the sponsors here, and again, much appreciated to these folks. Obviously, ServPro, John and Kirsty Tiernan, Tactive, printer out of Indianapolis. One of their owners lives down here, and they're very active in the community. Hills of Brown Vacation Rentals, again, kind of a stalwart company here in our midst. Friends of Mine Campground, Rafters, Nashville Spice Company, Brown County Title, Centra Credit Union, the Wild Olive, the Toy Chest, Brozini's, the Brown County Community Foundation, the Nashville Chop House, the Brown County Inn, and Rainwater Studios, and the Whirlwind Agency.
Jeff Shue.
Yeah, Jeff Shue's company.
Right on. Very good.
So,
Well, why are we excited for this year? What's going on down there, Bob? What are we doing? Who are we putting on the stage? What's happening?
So we're really trying to build off of the momentum from last year. There was a lot to do last year to kind of get, we named it and we came up with all the, branding and all that sort of thing. We got kind of the method down. This year, we're trying to sort of build on that where we're not reinventing the wheel. Our main goal this year is to get more people in seats, because what we want is these artists that pour out their souls and do these beautiful, songs. We want as many people as possible to see it. We were roughly around 800 last year. The venue holds just a hair over 2,000. We'd like to sell the place out, to be honest, but we're incremental growth minded, and we were looking to, we'd like to break 1,000, 1,200, whatever, but just to, again, give that platform. You mentioned kind of the thrill of playing on what is, Chicago played there the other night. I mean, this is a top-notch venue, and it's a great opportunity. And we don't want it to be like, oh, there's a few people in here. We want to pack the place out. So tickets are on sale now for Amplify. You can go to Ticketmaster or go to the Brown County Music Association or
Just whatever you do, don't buy it from a third party. They will tell you there's reserved seat. They'll charge you 10 or 20 times the price of the ticket if you'll pay it. Just know that it's basically $15 ticket, right?
Yes, yeah. And again, we purposely kept it low just to make sure that folks in the community could afford it. So it's a great day. One quick thing about the day itself, Chris Kindle Market is that very day. We did this last year. The light parade then right around when it gets dark, which is a really fun event. We talked them into sort of ending the parade at the CVS. The Salt Creek Trail starts there. Last year, the YMCA did luminaries all the way along the Salt Creek Trail, all the way to the Music Center, and had some hot chocolate stations and that sort of thing. So it just makes for like the capstone on, a great day. So again, really looking forward to people understanding what's going on, getting out there. I don't want to be remiss and mention, and we've mentioned it all a couple times, but the this Songwriter Showdown, big thanks to the Playhouse. One big thing about Brown County Music Association is we want to engender collaboration with artists, with venues. Floats all boats is kind of the mentality. Bob and I had some initial discussions regarding how can we sort of collaborate, and it's not, you're over there and we're over here. It's us working together, and this has just worked out beautifully. The shows have been magnificent. The Playhouse is a really great venue, great sound, great lights, just smaller scale, more intimate. But November 2nd, again, we'd love to sell it out. Come and see these guys. There's 4 great ones. There are some that didn't make it that, man, it was a great field of talent, and I'm pretty blown away. This is our first year doing it, and it was just amazing to me.
Right on. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to write a bigger, fatter check to the Mother's Cupboard. What was the dollar figure last year? You remember off the top of your head?
Yeah, last year we gave $6,500 to Mother's Cupboard, and the monies for kind of the youth. That's kind of our next focus, is this youth program. We've just been kind of holding the money, trying to get the idea of how we're actually going to do it down, because we want to be good stewards of the monies and make sure that it operates the right way, so the kids are getting served and that they're able to kind of follow what they want to do as far as their passion goes.
Right on. Well, Delaney, do you have any final words for folks about what you're excited about for this year, the lineup and the Surf Pro sponsorship?
I'm just excited to be here, number one, and for November, it's the 2nd, right?
Yeah, for the Songwriter Showdown
And
finale.
then December 6th, 7th. See, I don't even know. I'm excited for lots of things. But no, just to be here, and like I said, lots of talent, and the community is the big driver for everything, I think. Is getting people together. And one way to do that is music. So thank
Right
you.
on. Very good. And as a performer, I'm looking forward to passing the torch along to all the performers that get to take the stage this year. One personal note, my niece, Amelia, drums for the D&O band, so I get to see my niece on the stage. That's a great young band. We've also got Bigfoot Yancey, that's kind of a legacy band. They've got a couple and a half albums, and I can tell you a bunch of their song titles by heart, and I know the words to them. We need to perform one exercise here before we get the musicians back up here to play another song. We've been drawing the names out of the hat to figure out who of our 4 finalists will play first, what the lineup will be. So thanks to Mandy's preparation, we have those names here in this hat, and it looks like Bob Bloss is going to draw the first finalist. This will be the first person to take the stage at the Playhouse on November 2nd. Drum roll, Taylor Hernly.
Michael Moulder.
Michael Moulder, first up. I get to draw the next one, and then I'll hold it for you.
Okay.
And you hold it for her, actually. How about that? All right. Up next, Mr. Rick LeDune. Yeah!
Delana Hare. No. Steve Hickman.
Yeah! That'd be third. And can we guess who the fourth one is?
I don't think so. It's Taylor.
Taylor Hernly.
Taylor.
All right. So come down November 2nd. You'll see Michael Moulder, then Rick LeDune, then Steve Hickman, then Taylor Hernly. They're going to play in the round like they have been. You'll vote for 2 people. You come down, you've already got your favorite pick, but you got to vote for 2. And the way this works is the person with the most votes at the end of the night is the winner. And we will count the votes there that night while Steve Plessinger and friends play you a beautiful set of music, and then we'll know what's up. And for now, thank you for joining us out here. Thank you for telling us and about the show and participating in the making of it. You guys are great.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Bloss, Delana Hare, my friends, and right on to my next friend. We're going to go ahead and record another song from each of these guys while they're here, since we have the mics out, and that's kind of what we do. So please kick back and enjoy another song from Mr. Rick LeDune.
Right now, I'd like to play you a slow country love song that I already did that, and that's the only one I've got. So I'm gonna try this one here. Dedicate this one to the ladies. Apron on, Mama's on strike. She's speaking her mind. She hung me out like laundry on her picket line. She's airing grievances and exercising all her rights. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Mama's on strike. I'm learning to do things I never dreamed I'd do before, like washing dishes, bagging trash, scrubbing the kitchen floor. I'm packing school lunches up and playing taxi dad. I never ever realized what an easy life I had. Now Mama's on strike. She's serious this time. She walked out on this wildcat. Now I'm walking the line. There ain't no negotiations to mediate this fight. Boy, I'm in trouble now. Mama's on strike. Well, let's go. Mama's on strike. Mama's on strike. Yeah, mama's on strike. Thank you, guys.
Very fine, sir. Very fine. I like that. All right. That was Rick LeDune, ladies and gentlemen. Come see him November 2nd. Up next, our man, Mr. Michael Moulder. Gonna play you another tune. Mr. Moulder, what have you got for us here?
I don't know if it's as good as that one. I'm gonna try my best.
That's the trouble, isn't it?
Sometimes it is. Tonight would have been a good night to go deer hunting, but I'm glad I'm here with you guys. In remembrance of hunting deer, I'm gonna sing you a song about it. I've been waiting all year for the leaves to fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like coyotes yelping late into the night, where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pine. When the morning comes, we'll be in the trees, just looking upon the land. And you best be warned that if I see horns, I'm gonna knock him down where he stands. 'Cause I've been waiting all year for the leaves to fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like coyotes yelping late into the night, where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pine. If I got what I thought I deserved after working these 47 weeks, it'd be a 160-10 just to walk in on it eating acorns out of the creek. And after helmets and pads, there ain't too much to have for trophies hanging on my wall. Just a working class fella, and it's the closest to heaven that I will ever get. I've been waiting all year for the leaves to fall and the wind to get that chill. Down a dirt road followed by a dust trail leading to a fire pit hotter than hell. Just a few boys laughing like coyotes yelping late into the night, where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pine. Where we set up camp on a flat piece of land caught in between a ridge and some pine.
Solid as always, man. Solid. I love that song. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Moulder, that was. Up next, we have one more from Mr. Steve Hickman. Welcome back, Steve.
Oh, yeah. It was a tough trip around the universe on that one.
We've had these guys running laps in here.
I think I'm going to play you something halfway sped up this time because I don't think I'm going to during the whole competition. So, well, I am. Just somewhere in between. All right. We don't even know if this thing's in tune, but we're going to give it. Sounds somewhat okay-ish. The song's called Bad S.O.B. I don't find myself in too many situations anymore where I worry, you know. Y'all, I ain't never been a cowboy, I ain't never claimed to be. Never been no fisherman on a vessel out at sea. I ain't hunted bear lion or climbed the mountains high as peak. But in this blue-collar world, son, I'm a bad S.O.B. Now you listen to me. I ain't got a damn thing I need to prove to you. My actions do the talking and my works provide the proof. I told you I'm the real deal. Ain't no imposter here in me, no. Go on and bark all you want to, dog, I'm a bad S.O.B. Now here's why. Hey, I bust my knuckles day in and day out, raising 3 kids, trying to keep food in their mouth. And you sit on that couch talking smack about me, 'cause you know I'm a bad S.O.B. Oh, come on. Hey, I've been a tire man, yes, I've been a man of steel. Kept the wheels a turning, ain't nothing I can't build. I'm the electric man. Can you feel my impacity? I know you can. You'll be shocked when I put you on your ass, son, yeah. 'Cause I'm a bad S.O.B. Come on. No, I don't know what it is that you heard about me, no. Open up your eyes and sit down that way. Son, you might be good, but I'm a badass bona fide S.O.B. That's bad S.O.B. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Very nice. Well, thank you, Mr. Steve Hickman. We have one more for you from Taylor Hernly. I apologize if the, oh my goodness, boys, this is not a place for roughhousing. I'm gonna call your mothers. I apologize if the sound's a little wonky tonight. We're multitasking and I'm running it from out here. I can't be in the 2 places at once, but we appreciate you tuning in and enjoying the great songwriting these guys. Hopefully we'll get something in the can. If not, we're at least enjoying ourselves. So thank you for tuning in. Here's one more from Mr. Taylor Hernly. Close that curtain, young man. By God, see that big old gap up there?
I failed you.
Y'all, you're roughhouse and you're wrestling. That's what did it.
Smackdown, man.
It was his fault.
We both know that it's over. It's been over for some time. But every time I try to leave, you pull me in on the line. Time and time again, try to be a better man for you, baby. it's all in vain. Nights alone on the phone, you left me all alone, and I don't know this to understand. That woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer, killer. The woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer, killer, killer. She killer, killer, killer. So don't try to tell me, baby, it was just the drugs. You were serving someone else's bedroom, and I tried to believe all your lies, but you know, can't make the ties. So time and time again, try to be a better man for you, baby. Don't you understand? Nights alone left me all alone, and I can't even understand this. Oh. So woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer. Now woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer, killer, killer. She killer, killer, killer. Woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer. Now woman breaks glass as she throws the first stone, and tells the world her past as she leaves out her wrongs, and fools the fools again for one more round. She's a killer, killer, killer. She killer, killer, killer. Ooh. She killer, killer, killer. Thank you very much.
Well, that was a new one on me. Is that one a new one on you?
That's a brand new one.
Nice.
I've heard it.
Yes, you have.
Oh, Steve knows it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us here. We got some closing comments from Miss Mandy Rainwater over there, I think.
Okay, I do that. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. This has just been so much fun. I'm so excited about this show and about these finalists. We have been so blessed here at the studio that we've worked with all of these incredible people before, but it was completely by chance that they made it into the showdown, and it was the audience members, it was you guys that got them here. I don't vote. None of the committee members vote. It's all you. So we're so excited to have this lineup. November 2nd. November 2nd. It's a Saturday at the Brown County Playhouse. Tickets are on sale now. You definitely want to get them less than $10. Come out. You get 2 votes. So you get to vote for like half of them, which is really hard. I don't even know what I would do. But please come out, enjoy the finalists, enjoy Steve Plessinger and friends. It's going to be an incredible night. And then at the very end of it, we will tell you who is going to go on and open for Amplify Nashville on December 7th. Please put that on your calendars. Come down to Nashville for the whole weekend. If you're not local, it's going to be a fantastic time. We would just love to see you and host you here in our little town and show you the incredible music that we have around here, because it really is mind-blowing. So Thank you all for joining us tonight, and hopefully we will see you November 2nd and December 7th. Have a good night.